welcome back to my channel. My name is Mandy and I'm a full-time reseller. Today is my What Sold Wednesday, so I will go over all of my sales from 4 different platforms. I did have sales on Poshmark, Mercari, Depop, and eBay. This will be for, February 24th through March 2nd. Looking at my notes, Mercari was pretty slow, Poshmark was slow, eBay was average, and Depop was a little bit busier, but a lot of smaller dollar sales. So we'll get right into it. Starting on Poshmark, this was a pair of Jessica Simpson baggy wide leg cargo jeans. They were a size 10, they were new with tags. I did get these at Ross. That is a place that I've been going to, not all the time because it's not like they're constantly marking down items. This was, I think, before their big clearance event that they have in like February. So I was finding quite a few items for around like $2 to $5. These I think I paid around $3. So this did go for an offer of $23 and sold in under 2 months. This was a pair of Lucky brand flats. These were leather. They had an almond toe, just a casual pair of shoes, a size 8.5. Got these at Goodwill for $3.99 and they did go for $24. This is an Affliction shirt. I've talked about this many times on the channel. This style of shirt is going like crazy for me. Anything that has bling on it, crosses, wings, crowns, any type of kind of swirlier, like cyber type tribal design is doing great. This came in that Y2K box I've been talking about from Rag House, I think the website was. This did go for $24. Abercrombie & Fitch jeans. Normally these take forever for me to sell. I must have just found the right person. They were a size 4 and they were the 90s straight ultra high rise. I do have some in, I think, a plus size pair. I can't remember what the other one is, and they were in similar styles. No interest there. So I'm happy these did go. They did go for my full asking price of $35. This was an Old Navy dress, very gauzy material. I used keywords like leg and look, vacation. This one, was it new? No, it was pre-owned, size extra large. Got this at the bins. It did go for $22. This was a pair of Lululemon pants for men. They were the commission pants, a size 36. There was a little bit of wear in the inner thighs. I did mark that in the listing. I've had these for quite a while. I think I just had them listed too high. I had them listed originally at 40. I've been kind of going through some older listings, tweaking some keywords with them and also pricing. I dropped these down to 30 and they sold almost immediately. Next up is a Cezanne top. This one I've had for a couple months. I thought it would have sold quicker, but once again, I think I just had it listed too high. I found this at the very bottom of a bin. I don't think anyone noticed the brand. Was this silk? No, it was a size 6, just kind of like a gold fleck type print to it. I did have it listed at 50. I had been sending out some pretty aggressive offers and someone did get it for 40. This was a pair of Rachel Roy pants. These were linen, I think a linen blend, a very tropical print, size 1X pull-on vacation type pants. Vacation stuff is starting to move pretty well for me. These were also picked up at the bins and they did go for $22. This was an Old Navy maternity overall. They were fleece lined, really cozy. What size were these? They were an extra large. These were also picked up at the bins and these went for $22. The last sale on Poshmark was an all-in-motion, only one strap sports bra. This came from the place where everything was $1. I said last week I am trying to move that stuff as much as I can, so I did take an offer of $11. The only sale this week on Mercari was Kate Quinn. I've never heard of this brand. I just knew I should probably look it up based on the print of it and the tag. It had little gnomes all over it. I believe from the very small research that I did on the brand, it's similar to like Matilda Jane, where you can get clothing in like kids and then also, I don't know if it's just women's and girls, maybe, so you can kind of get like matching sets. This was just the top. It did have mushrooms on it too. That's also why I picked it up. It was a size large and it did go for $17.82. Now on eBay, this was a Pepsi like travel mug cup that we've had in my parents' house since as far back as I can remember. I said last week that my parents are going through their bar type stuff. So this one I put up, I didn't know what to expect. There were quite a few out there. It did end up going for $16.99. So not bad for something that's been sitting in my parents' bar for like 20 years. It was a vintage floral dress by JBS. Brand doesn't really mean much to me. This fabric was a little bit more like canvasy feeling. Was it linen? I don't think so. It did have some linen in it. This one I've had for quite a while. I don't know that the style is exactly kind of what I have been picking up. I did use some keywords like preppy, sophisticated, and modest. It was a 10 petite, and this one did go for $22. This one is One World. I took a chance with this one just because it was like kind of right on that line of that cyber grunge kind of look. I don't know who bought it. You know, it could have been someone that was looking for that style or just looking for this style of shirt. It was a size large. It did not take long to sell at all, and it did go for $21.25. This is a pair of American Eagle jeans. These were a jegging, so skinny. They were the curvy high-rise jegging 14 short. I have been playing around with American Eagle jeans in all types of styles and sizes, and they do seem to be moving as long as I kind of have the right price point. These did go for $29.75, and this was another bins pickup. A pair of Maurice's jeans. This is another brand that I'm kind of looking into, especially their jeans. I think this kind of has like a cult following. People know how Maurice's jeans fit. They normally have a lot of stretch to them. I think people are more prone to buy them online because they know how they fit their bodies and what size to get. These were, what were these? A straight size 14. They had a whole bunch of stretch to them. And these went for $25, my full asking price, and probably sold, I think, in like 3 weeks. Another bins pickup. I showed this skirt not too long ago in a haul. This is CJ Banks. It was like a lace overlay, a size 2X, new with tags, midi length, and this one did go for an offer of $22. This is the brand SL Fashion. I've sold quite a few dresses from this brand. They seem to be from like the 90s, early 2000s. This had beads on it, very whimsy goth. This was a size 8. I also threw in the keyword prom. I've been selling quite a few prom dresses. This one did go for $55. Athleta, I just showed this in a haul not too long ago. This was new with tags, a size 1X. It was the Momentum long sleeve top. I don't find a lot of plus size Athleta, and especially with new with tags, and this did go for an offer of $36. This was an Old Navy sweater. Lots of Old Navy sales this week. Plus size 2X. It was a knit, really dark green sweater. I got this in the fall thinking it maybe would have sold like around Christmas time, but it's selling in March, and it did go for $18.70. This was a Disneyland Resort branded shirt. It said Happily Ever After, and it had Lady and the Tramp. I picked this up a long time ago. Disney does okay for me as long as I kind of stick to like the Disney parks branded stuff, popular characters, or kind of like obscure characters that you don't always see. That was my thought process with this. I don't always see a lot of Lady and the Tramp branded items, but somebody did finally pick it up, and they did get it for $18. Vintage 90s knit Halloween scene button front vest. It was a size extra large. It had a haunted house on it, kind of like a spooky tree, some pumpkins. This was picked up at the bins, and it did go for $25.50. Another pair of Judy Blue jeans. I think I just sold a pair last week. These sold the exact same day I listed them. They were a wide leg, size 28 or a 7. They had the button fly, and these did go for $27.20. Now into Depop. This was another Maurice's sale. Maurice's tops and some dresses from the early 2000s have really been moving for me as well. I wouldn't say pick up everything. Definitely look at the style. Make sure it is what like the younger people are looking for. This had polka dots on it, so I was kind of going back and forth. I don't know that polka dots are like a huge print people are looking for, but in this one I did use pinup and rockabilly for the keywords. It was a really cute top. It was like a baby doll type top, and this one did go for $17. This was a vintage Coldwater Creek skirt. I just showed this in a haul video not that long ago. It was an extra small. It had kind of a texture to it, very grunge, very earthy, woodsy. Those are all keywords I used. It did go for my full asking price of $30 and sold within a couple weeks. This type of skirt is doing great for me, so if you find anything like this, grungier, maxi length is better, midi is okay as well. This shirt also came in that Rag House mystery box. It had quite a bit of wear to it. I did make sure to put that in the listing. Big butterfly on the back. It was strapless, size medium, and this one did go for $14. This is from the brand Therapy. I've never heard of it before. I believe it to be an older brand. It was nylon. It had that mesh look to it, very fairy. It had the lettuce hem, kind of like a patchwork look to it. It was a size large, and this one did go for my full asking price of $20. Another sleeveless top. This was from the brand Ultra Flirt. If I had to guess, this probably came from the Deb, or what was that other place, like Gordman's? Maybe that's what that was called. That closed, I think, a long time ago. This has the wings on it, has the heart on it. It's a very bright, in-your-face Y2K coloring, kind of tattoo style, size medium. And this one did go for $17. This is another brand that I love selling, Christopher & Banks. They had great 90s, early Y2K pieces that people are looking for now. Once again, not everything. Make sure you are looking at the style. This colorway is great. This was a size medium pull-on skirt, and it did go for $21. This was a great sale. I got this at Goodwill, I think for $3.99. Fox Racing is doing great. So if you find anything that's kind of like in that realm, like Fox Racing, Monster Energy, the Bam Margera Jackass type world from the early 2000s, that is very popular right now. These were hot pink, like super short shorts, size small. These went for $32 in under a week. Speaking of the Monster Energy drink, I showed this in a haul not that long ago. This one I did wash. I got some of the staining out, but there were quite a few like little holes on the shirt and a couple stains I couldn't get out. All of that was noted. I had so many lowball offers on this shirt and offers on Depop that people just never paid for. Finally, somebody did come in with $25.50 and they did pay for it. These pants I picked up initially thinking I would try Plato's Closet, but I thought, you know what, I'm just going to try it. It's kind of a cool style, a cool color, and just see what happens. It was Fashion Nova. These are super baggy pants with a whole bunch of cargo pockets. I did use Pastel Goth, Mall Goth, Skater. What I have been told, when you have baggy jeans like this, the best way to photograph them is to make sure that the legs are kind of touching. A flat lay would probably be best, and also it is important to measure what the leg opening is. Apparently, I don't wear super wide leg baggy jeans, but that is very important to people that wear them. They need to be, I think, like 10 inches or wider. That's like the cutoff I've heard for most people. So if you find jeans like that, make sure to measure that. These did end up going for $20, which is great. They were a bins pickup, and I would have gotten way less from Plato's. So I'm happy that I listed them. This was that Shein top I showed not too long ago, the one where I just knew I had to pick it up because it's very witchy, very boho, Stevie Nicks. It was a size 0X, which is equivalent to about a 12 in Shein, and it did go for $15. And then the last item to sell this week was this like chain choker collar type necklace. It had the rings on it, it had chains on it, very punk, very goth. It was adjustable. I think I got this at Goodwill for $1.99, and it did end up going for an offer of $16. So this week was a little bit slower. I'm kind of anticipating potentially it could slow down here, just with kind of if you are following what's happening in the world right now, especially in the economy with tariffs coming. I think people are definitely going to be looking at how they're spending their money. I don't think there's going to be as much, you know, oh, I think I kind of just want to buy this just because. It's going to start being a little bit more necessity. We'll see, you know, things can change day by day. I'm just kind of going to be anticipating slower sales here for the next couple weeks. If it's good and busy, that's great. But if it's not, then I'm not going to be too disappointed about it. I've been looking at older listings, seeing if I need to make price adjustments, any type of, you know, changing up some keywords, changing up the titles. Maybe there are some tops that I could bundle together that are all Y2K type style tops that are not getting much attention on their own, or skirts or certain pants. So I'm kind of looking into that to see if I can get some movement on some older items. And I'm also looking at items that I can just pull and send to Plato's just to get out of here. If you watched my last What Sold video, I kind of talked about ThreadUp for a little bit. The new premium labels, that is something I have been using. So I've been looking at some of my stuff too that is older, that I've had forever, that maybe is you know, something that's a little bit more substantial, but I'm just not getting any movement at all, I would prefer to send it there, you know, get a little bit less money and just have it gone. So my question for you guys this week, what was your best sale this last week? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear it. And as always, if you guys enjoyed today's video, please make sure to give it a like. It really helps out the channel and I really appreciate it. I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.